Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are messing with our 1955 Chevy, and the reason why is because we found a ticking noise, and I've already changed the rods, difter rods, and I've already changed the valve adjustment, and this is kind of what it sounds like. You'll hear right now. It's kind of, there you go. And you can hear it right there. It's not as bad as it was because I did the valve adjustment already, but you can hear the ticking. So from what I understand, that could be a valve that's ticking. It's basically one of the lifter in the cylinder number 4. I think on the exhaust side that's what you can hear, the clicking. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and turn it off, check the compression on cylinder number 4, because that's the one that had the loose rod. So when you push the, I guess, the rod in, it's real springy. It's not as hard as it should be. So what we're trying to determine right now is if the rod is bent, which I doubt it because I replaced all rods. I put 8 new ones on this side, and what we notice is that cylinder number 4 is making all the ticking. When you disconnect the spark plug wire, it stops, and it runs great. So we either have a bad lifter, because like I said, it's loose. Now before we mess it up or do anything else, we're not going to drive it, but we're definitely going to have to fix it. So we're going to check the compression real quick. I'm going to take off the spark plug. You hear that lifter rod? It's clicking, and then whenever you step on the gas, obviously it's pretty obvious. It has a very distinct gas smell, I guess because it's on the exhaust side, so it's not blowing off everything that it should. And it's just something normal that you got to deal with. You got to remember, when you're buying these old cars, even the Elements, you know, you're getting into a 50-50, and that's why sometimes it's good to negotiate the price, because at least it'll give you wiggle room if something is wrong with it. And even if somebody is 100% honest on what's wrong with it or what could be wrong with it, well, there's always that 50-50, and that's what I always look for, the 50-50. And you know, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, at least I negotiated a great price on getting the vehicle, and we got this for a good deal. So I know that we have budget on there in order to repair it, and that's what we're gonna do. So before we go into, oh hey, we need a new engine, we're gonna start with the little stuff. I already did a valve adjustment, I already did the push rods, and we still have the clicking. So we're gonna check the compression, and we're gonna see what happens then. Alright, so after doing some research on the 55 Chevy, we figured out that the sequence of the cylinder firing order was wrong, so we fixed that. We still had the clicking noise. We did the pressure test, and the pressure test is at 120. So that pretty much means that I hope the piston is still good, but definitely the, I guess the little lifter, the spring is already dead, so we're definitely going to have to take the intake manifold out. And then we're gonna have to change the lifters. They sell a little lifter too, and what I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably just replace all the lifters in here, and then let's see what happens, because I would rather fix this engine than have to replace it. But the compression is good. We have about 120, so that's pretty good. All right, so I put everything back together because, once again, I already did the push rods. I adjusted the valves already. We checked the firing order, which was wrong. Now the truck starts really good. I put everything back together. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and buy the new lifters, soak them in oil, and once we have them soaked for about 2-3 days, we're going to go ahead and pop the intake manifold, carburetor, all that stuff. We're going to take the top off of this motor real quick, change the lifters, and let's see if the ticking stops. Like I said, once we check the compression, we do believe that the cylinder and motor is good, but the cheapest thing to do right now would be to just change the lifters, and let's see how it goes. And like I said, guys, it's not, I don't think it's really anything to be mad or upset about. It's kind of one of those things where you take a 50-50 when you're buying a used car or old car. And you know, like I said, we did get a good deal for this, so I'm not really worried about cost right now, in the sense that, you know, a lot of the stuff we could probably do ourselves. And these 305s, 327s, older engines, they're kind of easy to work on. I mean, obviously you have to be a little mechanically savvy, whatever, but it's nothing that you can't really do It's not like a new engine or these new cars that have all these electrical gadgets and you have to take them to the factory or dealer. This is just a basic engine. So considering what we've put into it and what we have invested in this truck, it would definitely be a lot easier to go ahead and change those lifters. Then that'll be their next step. If the engine keeps making that noise and it doesn't stop, then maybe the next step would be to take the oil pan gasket, make sure that the bottom of the cylinder is tight. And if it isn't, then that could be the next issue. And then in that case, it'll just be easier to replace the engine or rebuild this engine. Now, make sure to subscribe, hit the like and follow. And make sure to check out the online store, the t-shirts that are in there, the 50s, Chevys, the GMC, and then the 47 to 53 Chevy t-shirt. They're pretty cool, all front end shots. And make sure to subscribe, that way you don't miss the next video. We're gonna go ahead and order parts real quick, and then we're gonna go ahead and tackle this job down, and let's see how it goes. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, stay in your element, take it easy, man. Y'all be good.